Our adventures began in Boston in the year 1835 at the offices of my grandfather, Oscar Wyss. My father worked there for many years as a shipping clerk, as did many other men. The only difference being that he must have come to a point in his life where he no longer felt fulfilled. Like forest fires, great adventures often begin with tiny sparks, like the spark burning deep within my father's breast. He was in search of something more, and suddenly made a decision. Enough was enough. The decision took everyone by surprise. No one more than my father himself.
Excuse me, sir.
Little did we realize how much my father's decision would affect our lives. It all began at a family meal around the Robinson table.
No, no, no. You know perfectly well how I feel on that subject.
My dear, we've never really discussed it.
I will not jolt my way across America in a covered wagon.
Kitty, it sounds exciting.
Bridget, you may give the children their dessert in the kitchen.
Do as your mother tells you, Christina.
You too, Bruno.
And you, Ernst.
I thought you said children, Mother.
Ernst, off you go.
David.
My dear, I have had my head stuck in moldering ledger books for the past 16 years.
But when Father retires, you will take over the company.
Oh, yes, and become some old fossil snoring away in my armchair.
We have a happy home. We have security. Why throw it all away on some wild dream?
Because, Elizabeth, I believe dreams are important.
If we did join a wagon train, there'd be messes for me to write about.
We could even be captured by Indians.
Then you'd be dead.
Not necessarily.
Oh, yes. They'd scalp you. They take a knife.
Christina, it's quite enough.
But it's true.
I think I've suddenly gone off wagon trains.
You would protect us, wouldn't you, Bruno?
Get the mainsail!
Don't worry, my dear. I sent David to attend to business at the docks. Just leave this to me.
I really can't see him agreeing, Father.
Don't worry, Elizabeth. I'm an excellent fisherman. I know exactly what bait to use. Now, you just give my love to the children.
Thank you.
Later that evening, when my father returned home, he was unaware, as was my mother, that each of them had made their own secret plans, which were one and the same, and which were destined to change the course of the entire family's lives forever.
Hello? Well, good evening, Elizabeth. Good evening, family.
Good evening, Papa.
Did you have a good day at the office, David?
Interesting, my dear. Extremely interesting.
Oh?
How's the journal coming, Ernst?
Well, I'm trying to write at least a page a day, Father.
Splendid. Splendid.
Whatever do you write about? Boston is so boring.
Yes, I'm hardly likely to become a great novelist writing about Boston.
Really? Mr. Samuel Pepys seemed to manage quite well in writing about everyday life in London.
Oh, Mother, he did at least have the plague and the fire of London.
Well, even though they might be invaluable for your writing, Ernst, I don't think we want either one of those here, do we?
Do you know why Bridget is looking so glum? She has a face like a yard of pump water.
Mama said she might soon have to look for another position.
Oh?
And cook as well.
Really?
Really, girls, I will not have you indulging in idle gossip about the servants. Now, let us go into dinner.
Elizabeth, why did you not mention to me before that both Bridget and Cook may be leaving us soon?
Oh, I will tell you after you have given me your news.
News? What news?
Oh, come now. I haven't been married to you for all these years without knowing something has happened.
Indeed it has. You know how unsettled I've been this past year.
Wagon trains.
Yes, well, today, your father mentioned to me that soon we're going to be opening an office in Canton. And straight away, like a bolt from the blue, it came to me that I should apply for the position as manager. So instead of traveling west on a covered wagon, we'd be traveling east on board a ship. So I just dropped a hint, just the merest hint.
And how did Father react?
It was incredible. He straight away offered me the position as manager.
No.
Yes.
And you accepted?
Well, of course, but only on condition that it would be agreeable to you.
Well, at least I'd be living in a house, not a covered wagon.
Well, yes. Of course, it does mean that both Bridget and Cook will have to be let go. Someone will have to speak to them about it. But then you've already done that. Which means... Elizabeth! You've been in cahoots with your father! Elizabeth, tell me the truth. Tell me.